Okay, ready? Tonight on Casey and Robbys Special Night Live.
Eddie Buzocki and musical guest, Planet of ID.
Music reviews.
Special news.
Interviews and sessions.
Amazing videos.
Cooking recipes.
Audience interaction. You know, we are going to talk with you.
Hi, welcome to the very first episode of Casey and Robbys Special Night Live. I'm Casey.
And I'm Rob.
On our show, we're going to have very special things for you, the audience member. We have special videos and great things to watch. So, also, we have special guests, as you heard earlier on our opening credits. Today, as our guest, we are going to have my personal special friend, Eddie Buzocki, in the studio. And for our musical guest, we have Derek Bennett Jones from the Planet of ID. How do you feel about this, Rob?
I'm very excited about it because it's exciting.
All right, great. I'm kind of nervous, right? First, let's go to our first special segment. It is by our dearly beloved friend Dylan Krause. It's called Dylan's Picks, and you can watch that now. Dylan's Picks. 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 Dylan's Picks.
My picks for this week are my favorite song, Raining Blood by Slayer, my favorite drink, orange juice, and my favorite thing to do, ride bikes.
Alright, thanks for watching that special clip from Dylan's Picks. I was just notified that Rob has a headache.
It's true. And
we're not saying audience members, right? Okay. This show is going to have very special things on it. First of which is our musical guest, Derek Bennett Jones from the Planet of ID. Watch this special video to see what he's like. Well, I don't know about you, Rob, but I'm really looking forward to
Derek. Yeah.
That clip was great.
It was
Phenomenal.
ferocious.
Ferocious. Okay, introducing our interviewer in the studio, Ken Agron. Here he comes. All right. Wait. Okay. Here he comes. Here he comes. Just put this right here. Cameras right over there. You got these cameras.
All right.
I know.
Me?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. You want to give me? Okay.
Derek, it's a joy to be talking with you during the show today.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Ken.
Oh yeah, it's
Get a,
just so good.
Grip there.
Oh, I used to play golf, so
Right.
I kind of used to squeeze the golf club. And, yeah, so I got a firm grip and stuck with me. Even though I don't play golf hardly ever anymore.
I was
But
just born with one,
Oh, it's
firm
nice to
grip.
be born with good things that you
Right.
want to keep.
I have a good grasp on life,
Oh, okay. And in your music, if you have a grasp on life, how does that affect your music?
My grasp on life affecting my music.
I mean, if you feel like you're in control of your own life?
Never. That's kind of the beauty of it. I think if I was in control of it, it'd be very boring.
Okay.
I think I would sit in front of my television set with it not even on a channel, just staring into the spacey static like a drone, eating my own hair.
So you're sort of a spontaneous person, and your music maybe reflects a sort of creative spontaneity?
Yeah, I think that's what my mother says. Yeah, I would agree with that, spontaneity, for sure.
Because before the show, we were talking a little bit about your music, and you were saying there's an instrumental aspect, and there's also a word or lyric aspect.
Right.
And sometimes you use your own poems, and sometimes you have sound clips from other sources. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's all improvisational music. Sometimes I'll pick up a power drill and just start playing with it, and I'm like, this sounds cool, so I'll go and grab my tape recorder and I'll turn the power drill on with that, and I'll just record a drill, and I'll say, okay, my notebook is sitting over there, my notebook full of like these diary excerpts, and I'll grab that and I'll start reading random things out of the diary with the beat that's kind of pulsating in my head from this drill being so annoying, And then from there I might turn on like an old radio and blend all these sounds, and it's kind of just everything is on the spot.
Yeah, and so you're saying sometimes the sound of the drill or whatever source of sound you're using, whether it's your guitar, it'll sort of
it's almost
get you
like
in
a
a mood,
cathedral.
or
It's
it'll
almost
lead
like
to words.
Yeah, to me it's like if I take a hammer and I bang it on the concrete of my garage or something. To me, that resonates in my head. Something as powerful as like a symphony. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but
Well, you're relating to the sound and identifying with the sound, and it's meaningful to you, and then it sort of motivates you to maybe do something on your guitar or use another tool. It sort of moves from one element of the piece to another.
Right.
The musical piece.
Yeah, it's segue. Yeah, it segues into one piece will go right into another.
And you mentioned when we were talking before the show that you have an album or several, and there's sort of several pieces within an album. Is that kind of
right?
the way it goes?
The first album I did, there's more songs. There's spaces. Every other album is just one continuous kind of sound. There's no stops really. Like the first album, that was the only one that was done on a computer. And after that, my computer died, and I started only using discarded tape players that I would find on my travels to various thrift stores. And I only record on discarded tape machines. And I will until I stop making music. So that'll be in like 600 years or so.
Let's go to another video clip. that was an interesting clip. Tell us a little bit about how your guitar and what you play on the guitar fits into your music, Derek.
How it fits into my music? Well, it kind of just finds me, you know. Like I said, I do on-the-spot improvised music. It's only really fit in on the first album, and I've done 3 albums now. I've done 3 albums in the past year, and it's just been on the first album. It actually only shows up like two times on the album.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about that after our commercial break.
Very good.
Right now, we're going to go to a commercial break, so we're going to pause and we'll come back and talk a little bit more about the instrumental aspect of Derek's music.
Great.
That was awesome.
That was good.
Welcome back to Casey and Robbie's Special Night Live. Now we have a new segment for you.
We're back with Derek Bennett Jones in the musical The Planet of ID. He's got lots of DIY albums he put out here. And we were just had our interviewer, Ken Agron, asking him a few questions. But now we're going to ask you, the audience member, to phone in and give us a call. Can we get connected to caller number 1? Caller number 1, are you there? Wait, hold on. Caller number 1?
Hello?
Sorry for the text. Okay. Yes, hello?
Hello?
Okay, you're on live. Caller number 1. Who are you?
I'm Ashley.
Thank you for calling, Ashley.
Yeah.
Did you have a question for one of us?
Yeah. I have a question for you, Casey. Do you know where I can find some apple bottom jeans?
I think this
Boots with the spur?
I think this is a prank call. Can we go to caller number 2?
The whole club looking at her?
Can we go to caller number 2?
Okay.
Caller number 2. Do you have a question for Derek or Planet of ID?
No.
We're gonna need. Okay. Caller.
Leave it at that. Leave it at that.
Caller number 3. From out there. Rob, you take over.
Caller number 3, please call us. We know who you are, and we won't forget.
Get Dylan on the phone. Hello.
We're gonna go to back with our interviewer, Ken Agron, with Derek Jones. Bennett Jones.
Derek,
Yes,
you
Ken.
refer to your music as Planet of ID. Can you give us a concept of why that is?
Planet of ID. ID would stand short for identification. And in a nutshell, it's basically my stance saying that I think that the world has become more and more fearful as long as I've been alive, and even before that. I think there are a lot of people living in fear, you know, where we've been in a war in Iraq for the past 5 years, and people have been very afraid of that, and terrorism, and 9/11, and this and that. And in a nutshell, Planet of ID means It's a concept of anywhere you go, people want to know what you're doing, what your purpose is, who you are. You know, they're in a way afraid of you. They show me your license, you know, show me your credentials that you can do this and that. That's basically in a nutshell what it means.
Well, I understand your concern and perhaps your, you know, apprehensiveness about some of the increased security consciousness at airports and in other situations. However, to be honest, a lot of people would say, and I might be one of them, would say something like, well, I go to work every day and I go out to the store and buy what I need, and no one interferes with me. And if I want to go to the library or I want to read a certain book or express my opinions, I don't really feel the government's trying to keep track of my opinions. I mean, don't a lot of us just sort of live the sort of lives Americans have lived for many decades?
Can you break that down a little bit more simplified?
Okay. Well, okay, I'll put it this way. Like today, for example, I work in a retail store.
Right.
That's mainly the way I earn a living. And when I got up this morning and went to work, I don't think anyone really cared how I went to work. I mean, what vehicle I went in, or if I walked or took a bus. And I expressed many opinions to customers and coworkers. I don't really think the government was trying to keep track of that. I mean, I don't feel...
You don't know that, though.
Well, for absolute certain?
I mean, there's...
You mean I don't know if with absolute certainty?
I mean, you go to work, and I mean, your boss is watching you.
Well, but I accept that as part of the workplace situation. It's just sort of the way things are in our type of economy.
Right. I mean, do you think that you've really chosen that for yourself, though? Like, that's the way things are?
Yeah. Well,
that's
I've
the way
accepted...
things have to be?
You've
accepted it.
The way I have to earn a living. And the
you
way
do, but you don't have to work for it.
All right, I think we're going to go to... take a small break on
really good.
the heat.
Okay.
I think we're going to go to the heat stop break on there. Now we have for you... What? Now we have for you...
The cooking thing?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. We have
you can move back. Now for something I know a lot of you out there have been waiting to watch. Something this town needs. Right?
Vegan recipes for your enjoyment.
Yep, like we showed earlier, that we do have a vegan that is doing a segment on our show, Casey and Robbys Night Live. Special Night Live. Our vegan friend Sock is here. Not in studio. Yeah, he's in studio. But he's got his very own cooking segment called Vegan in Muskegon, where it's going to be a very special video clip every week. We have him teaching you how to do a new
vegan
recipe. And should we go to that now?
Yeah, I think we should.
All right. You've seen it first on Casey and Robbie's Special Night Live, the first installment of Vegan in Muskegon. Please stay tuned, or please watch it now.
Welcome to Vegan in Muskegon. I'm your host, Sock, where we study cheap, cruelty-free cuisine. Though I may be weird, eating vegan is not.
Hi, welcome to Vegan in Muskegon. I'm your host, Sock, and this week we will be making chocolate chip cookies. So let's get started. Here we have chocolate chips. Usually I'd have fair trade chocolate chips, but the Health Hut was all out. But usually you can get fair trade chocolate chips at the Health Hut. These are not, which means that they are unfairly priced to the farmers that they're sourced from, and that's not a good thing. So buy fair trade if you can. And this is just regular baking soda. This is some very high quality Himalaya salt made with renewable energy. This is fair trade organic vanilla extract. This is Eco Sweet Sugar that you can get from the Health Hut. It's really good stuff. And this is Earth Balance Margarine. It has a very buttery flavor. It's all from vegetable. It has no cholesterol in it at all. It's awesome stuff. And this is just some regular blackstrap molasses. And this is some unbleached natural white flour. Chocolate chip cookies are the best. Some things in the world are good, and some things are great. These are the best things in the world. I make them all the time. It's very easy to do, and it's really hard to mess them up. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the margarine that's been sitting out at room temperature, and we're just going to put it into the bowl, and we're going to combine it with a cup and a fourth cup of sugar. So it's a cup of margarine and a cup and a fourth of sugar. And then we're going to take a fork or anything that you have and just kind of fluff it together. You want to leave it sitting out for a while so that it's softer. This hasn't been sitting out that long, but it'll still be okay. Okay, it's been fluffed. We fluffed all the sugar and margarine together, and that's done. And don't throw away your wrappers that you have. Keep them because you can use them to grease your pans. Okay, next we're going to combine our dry ingredients. So we have the sugar and margarine in this bowl, and we're just going to set it to the side. And in another bowl, we have this humongous one at our house because we only have 2 bowls right now, but you don't need one that big. We're going to combine 2.5 cups of flour. And then we're going to put in a teaspoon of baking soda. And a teaspoon of salt. And then you just want to sift it together, like so. And that's that. Okay, and after you've fluffed the sugar and the margarine, you want to put in a tablespoon of molasses. And I usually just guess a little bit. This will add some more sweetened taste to the batter. And 2 teaspoons of the vanilla. And then stir that all up with the fluffed sugar and margarine. Now all we have to do is mix together the dry and the wet ingredients. So you just take the flour, baking soda, salt mixture, scoop it into this bowl, and stir it together. Our batter is a little bit drier than I thought. I think I might have put in too much flour or something. I don't measure exactly sometimes. As you can see, it's a little bit dry. But we have this beautiful thing called soy milk. You could also use rice milk or almond milk, whatever you want. Also no cholesterol, way healthier for you than milk, and didn't come at the expense of an animal. And we'll just mix this together until the chocolate chips are folded in, and then we're ready to put them onto the cookie sheet and on their way into the oven. Okay, now you stir together the chocolate chips and the dry and the wet ingredients, and all we need to do is have our oven preheated to 350 and take a spoon and scoop them onto your cookie sheet. And they really don't need to be greased. Sometimes I'll grease them in case they stick, but there's already margarine in the cookies, so they probably won't stick. So it's really unnecessary. But you can always keep your wrappers around if you're gonna put something else in the oven. You could just take this margarine and wipe it on like that, and you know, just a way of saving, you know, resources and not using other oil. Just reusing things. Recycling is good and important. So we're just gonna scoop some of these little balls and put them onto the cookie sheet, and we're gonna want to space them out because they're gonna expand a little bit. Wow! These look amazing. These are gonna save my life. And they will. Okay, your cookies are in the oven. You want to bake them for 8 to 10 minutes until ever so slightly browned.
They're done. The cookies are done.
If you're impatient, which I usually am, because you smell them, and you want to eat them as soon as possible. Unless you've eaten too much dough. Alright. Okay, our cookies are done. And you'll love them. They'll taste great. You give them to people who do not even know what the word vegan means. And they'll love them. And there will be no questions asked. No one will ever know. Next week we will be making barbecue tofu. And you will learn the joys of marinating with tofu, which is something that takes on the flavor of whatever you put it with. So until next week, I'm Sock, and this is Vegan in Muskegon. Oh, I can't. They're not cooled down. Vegan is a fancy word for not eating any animal products. That means no meat, no dairy, no eggs, and no regret. You're hot.
Okay, we're going back. You can start to just say thanks, Sock, or something.
Oh, thank you, Sock. That was very informative. And I believe, do we have another caller?
Wait, no. Thanks, Sock, for that. I can't wait for next week. Barbecue tofu.
Ooh, nice.
I might make some.
Yeah.
I'll eat it.
Right.
Eat it. Now we haven't left off on the interview with Planet of ID. I hope you're all waiting patiently for the rest of that. I just wanted to let you know all of DFJ, or the Planet of ID's discography is available through certain label distros all over the United States for you to get. But let's go. You can find that out from Derek himself. But first we are going to go back to the lines, and we're going to go back to the lines and see if we can't get another one of our audience members in. All right, if anybody out there has a question for Planet of ID, okay. Caller number, seems like we got a caller number 3, are you on the line?
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, think so. Hello?
Hi.
Hey, caller number 3, who'd you have a question for?
My question is for Derek. I wanted to know what the deal
Wait, who is this?
The head in his lap.
Wait, first you have to say your name and where you're from.
My name is Janae, and I'm from Muskegon.
Oh, great. You're from Grand Haven, but we're based in Muskegon. It's good to have a local caller on the line. Continue, caller.
My question is for Derek. What's the deal with the head in your lap, and is she single?
She's taken. This is April, my baby's mama's midwife. April, yeah. She had the day off, and we're kind of hanging out, you know. She want to come see what I do.
Okay. Is that all you needed, caller? Janae, right? Janae. What?
Thank you. That's it.
All right. Thanks for calling.
That was very sweet.
All right. Now back to Planet of ID.
Derek, it was interesting discussing with you your music and your ideas, and it was a privilege to talk with you. And even though on one point there I sort of challenged your idea because I had a little bit different perception.
I'm kind of bitter about it.
How are you?
No.
Oh, okay. So I'm glad you.
I do what I do.
You do what you do because why?
For the challenge.
Oh, okay, you like a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought
but
you
I
might.
would like to go brawl in the parking lot after this.
I see.
Cut.
Well,
No, just kidding. Just kidding.
well,
Joe.
should we do it with gloves or swords or what? Boxing gloves or swords or what?
How about pleather mittens?
Yeah, that would be an original way to do it. And you're an original person. You have your own thoughts, your own mind, and so it's.
I wish my hair was like yours.
Well, that's a nice thing to say, but
good grayscale going on there.
yeah, but you look younger. You know, I mean, in general in society, that's regarded as an advantage.
He's
being
wearing a
younger.
hat too. If you didn't notice, he's wearing a hat. Maybe he could be balding.
This is my hair. These are my eyes.
Maybe he could be balding. Maybe we should have him take the hat off. Oh man, never mind. Sorry.
All right.
Waste of time. Cut.
So we done?
What? No, keep going. Keep going. Say goodbye.
So it was good discussing these things with you and experiencing your originality.
It was nice experiencing your originality too.
Well, thank you. And I'm just glad the viewing audience got to participate in the discussion, and both as listeners and as questioners. And we look forward to doing other discussions that the audience will participate in.
Ken, before we go, would you give my doll a kiss?
Okay.
She liked it.
That's good. That's good. All right. All right. Back. Okay. All right.
Okay, we are back, and I believe now we don't have anything.
We were notified about Valleyland.
Oh.
We had a message on you. Just wanted to alert all of you out there that Valleyland now closes at, what was it? 7 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock. Or 10. Valleyland closes at 7 instead of 9.
10. Okay.
On Sherman.
On Sherman at their
Not him.
semi-new location. I kind of like it better at like the old Kmart, but
It's gone too.
you can't really debate it.
You just can't.
So how's things in Grand Haven? By the way, as you may know, I'm from Muskegon, my hometown. Our other host, Robbie Lyncher, is from Grand Haven.
This is true. I live with my father. I am very old, and I don't remember your question.
I think now's a good time on our show where we can tell our audience members a little bit more about ourselves. Because this is the first episode, as you know. They don't know who we are, why we're doing this. Why?
Well, this has always been a dream for us.
I can agree with that.
We finally made it to Channel 97.
Yep. Thanks, Digital Spectrum.
That wasn't about us, but I tried.
All right. I attended Fruitport High School, where the media production was, as some may say, subpar. I really like them. I like what we're doing.
That's great.
Okay. Thanks for all the friends that are supporting us. And also our special sponsor for tonight, Jay Bigelow's Skeeter Shoes.
Breaking news. Putting on your shoes has never been more fun.
Jay Bigelow, Skeeter Toot Shoes.
Yeah, super tooty. Super fun!
Yeah!
Super fun! Look, no hands!
We're tooty.
Look, no hands!
Jay Bigelow, Skeeter Shoes.
Never been more fun.
Have you seen any special events going on in Grand Haven, Rob? I noticed you have like a cat scratch on your finger.
I do. I was scratched by a kitty
Can you get
cat.
that on there?
Zoom in there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. What cat was it?
What cat? Her name is Miss Kikyo. She is my spouse's cat. We got in a little tussle, but we worked it out.
Glad to hear that. I myself have a couple of cats. I've been scratched by a cat before. It was not that great, 'cause sometimes it has that burning sensation.
You're going to find that with a lot of cat scratches. You're going to get that burning, but you deal with it.
All right. Now's a part of our show where we go to our special guest tonight. His name is Eddie Bazaki. He is a great guy, and we are going to have him in our studio after this commercial break. All right.
Here come the... Thank you for sponsoring us, sponsors.
So please stay tuned. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Cone's Furniture and Carpeting in Muskegon Heights feature an array of fine furniture, from curios and end tables to lamps, bedroom and living room sets. Their slogan is, for furniture, carpet, and so much more, Cone's wants to be your furniture store.
Located at 2181 West Sherman Boulevard in Muskegon, Frosty Oasis now offers drive-through service. From shakes, malts, flurries and sundaes to chili dogs, barbecues, and curly fries.
Canadian chocolate malt, the chicken strips, and the curly fries.
It's Frosty Oasis, the home of the turtle.
You have no camera, people.
We actually have We actually have an actual caller for our show. I wasn't ready for this. Hello, caller 4.
Hey, what's up?
What's your name? Wait, are the cameras rolling right now?
Yeah, the middle one.
Caller 4, are you there? Who is this? I'm not sure I can hear you, caller. Bye. Well, and every live show, things like that happen.
I think they said they were Jesus, and I believe you hung up on Jesus.
Well, pardon me.
Excuse me. Well, a family that prays together stays together.
Okay. Welcome back to Casey and Robbys Night Live. Okay. We are freshly off of our first ever interview. How do you think that went?
I think it went as well as we could have hoped for. There was, as we said, a little confrontation there, but we worked it out.
But Ken didn't he like flawlessly breeze, just flawlessly.
Absolutely.
I think he did good. Glad he can be on the show. I'm glad we have him. Leading up to that, if everything's ready, and segment I like to call "Who Are You?"
Well, I'm sure that we'll have an opportunity to talk more, you know, me and the guests and Casey and Rob, and as a philosopher named Hegel once said, the truth emerges. So whatever is the truth about me, I suppose it will emerge. I can tell you a couple of facts. I did graduate from the University of Pennsylvania. I guess it's okay to tell you I graduated in 1970, even though that was probably before some of you were born. I enjoyed being there. It was a wonderful opportunity to start really reading and thinking, because in high school I hadn't done a whole great deal of thinking. I did some reading, but not a lot. I currently work in a retail store, and I enjoy being involved in customer service and stocking shelves. And I do get to express a few of my opinions to customers and coworkers. So those are a few facts about me, and as that 19th century philosopher said, the truth will emerge. So I guess it started to emerge.
All right. Thanks, Ken. Wonderful. It's great to have a man of such wisdom and knowledge.
Yeah.
Like ourselves. I wouldn't give us that discredit, but all right. I know all of you have been waiting for the moment of truth. I'd like to welcome in our audience members. Can't even wait for this to happen. I'd like. Can we give a round of applause for Eddie Bazaki?
Yes, we're gonna have ourselves a good time. Hi, Ken.
Hi.
How are you?
Well, things have been going pretty good. It was really a joy to talk with Derek about his music and
what a segment!
His concept
What a segment!
Of, life.
He had a great philosophy on life. The planet of ID, actually, identification. Who would have thought? Who would have that kind of music would have came out of Muskegon? Jeez, what do you think of it?
Well, you know, I think it's remarkable how in a city the size of Muskegon, or maybe a little smaller, or maybe bigger, it's amazing how many creative and original people there are. I think we underestimate how much creativity and how much uniqueness we have individually and as a city.
He put 3 albums out in 1 year. I mean, I've known I knew Derek way back in the old days, like 3 old schools ago, we could say. I met him at a place we like to call the Ice Pick. Owner Mark Spagnola has that. You ever hear of that place? You ever go down there and frequent it?
I was at the Ice Pick because
you were
our
there?
host Casey and his sister Kaylee had a birthday party there about 3 weeks ago, or about a month ago, and I attended. Casey's band
Did you enjoy
played.
the music?
I did enjoy the music. It was a little bit different than what people from my age group are used to, but I did like it.
That's good to hear, good to hear. We got all ages coming out, I guess, then.
Okay.
You said 1970. Your segment was excellent. We learned a lot about you, too. 1970 college graduate. I myself have not graduated college.
Where were you? Where were you in 1970?
Where was I in 1970? My parents were still graduating from high school, so I wasn't even born
So
yet.
your parents were working toward graduation.
Graduating of high school.
Right, yeah, right.
So, yeah.
All right, so actually, I mean, I might have...
They graduated from Grand Haven High School, where I went to high school, and now I'm in college, attempting for the 3rd time. And Muskegon Community College, our great college-based high school, kind of. They class sizes are about the size of a high school, and they teach you about as good of knowledge as a high school, I would agree. And for the money you're paying, I mean, in retrospect, every one of the Muskegon Community College students is getting their college paid for portionally from all the Muskegon taxpayers. So thank you. Thank you for the dropouts out there, too. You leaving some extra money for me? What?
Do you take, or have you taken some classes?
Yes, I've taken some
college.
Yeah,
Are you currently?
Yes, I'm
taking
currently taking some. I'm taking World Politics and English 102.
Well, what do you think of English 102? I mean...
I don't like to write.
So it's a writing class.
It's a writing class, yes, and I don't like to write, but I guess for a degree you have to take some English classes. I thought when I was in elementary school I learned how to speak. Now I guess I need to know how to write that speech out.
Yeah, well, you might find it interesting to sometimes write down the things that you say, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I think a tape recorder, as Derek has put great use to, a tape recorder, I could just do that way.
Yeah, and yet, you know, in some businesses, it seems like they still need sort of a warm, intelligent body. I mean, you know, like if I'm out stocking shelves in the retail store where I work, and another warm, intelligent body, another human being, you know, walks by, I can spontaneously respond to whatever they say, or if they say like, well, where's the bread, or do you have frozen green beans? I mean, I don't really have to be programmed by somebody in order to do that. It's sort of the universe sort of equipped me with the ability to respond to that.
Yeah. I believe he said we have a commercial break coming.
Oh, we have a commercial break.
We're going to go to another commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Ken Agron interviewing Eddie Bizacchi.
Navarro's Mexican Takeout and Catering, located at 2537 8th Street in Muskegon. Serving authentic Mexican foods from tacos to tamales to whipped burritos and panchitas, as well as side orders and party trays. It's Navarro's.
Good. Rolling.
Welcome back. Well, we've been talking with Eddie Bizacchi, and you may have got an inkling, an idea, a bit of an idea that Eddie's the sort of fellow that has opinions about a wide range of topics. And so if there's anybody in the audience that would like to ask Eddie a question about just about anything, I guess. Eddie says he's got an opinion about just about anything, and he's not really shy about expressing.
It's not necessarily an opinion, though.
All right, we have caller. Are you online?
I think so.
Can somebody notify her we got a different caller? We have caller 4 or 5. Are you there, caller?
I'm here.
What's your name?
I'm Zach Krause.
Zach! Zach's on! Zach's on!
Our very own.
You got fast camera movements. Zach! Zach, are you there?
Yes.
We have Eddie Bizacchi live in the studio audience right this minute.
No, I'm actually on stage.
On stage. Are you familiar with Eddie Bizacchi or any of his work?
No, I'm not.
Is there anything you'd like to learn about Eddie Bizacchi?
Oh, anything there is to learn.
Do you have a question for him?
What line of work is he in?
What line of work am I in, caller?
Did you hear that?
I have no idea.
I'm in the furniture business.
All right, caller, we're gonna have to leave you now. We have another call coming in. Caller.
Hello?
Hello?
Who is this?
This is Casey and Robbys Special Night Live. We have Eddie Bizacchi live in the studio audience. Is there anything you'd like to ask him? Who is this? First off, caller.
Ann.
Ann from where?
Grand Haven.
Grand Haven.
Ooh.
This is Rob's special expertise. Caller, did you have any questions for Eddie?
Can he sing, what's that song? That Sunshine song.
Eddie, are you familiar with any Sunshine songs?
Like Sunshine on My Shoulders, or...
Sunshine on My Shoulders?
Yes.
Yes. Let's go to Eddie with Sunshine on My Shoulders.
I don't want to be filmed singing Sunshine on My Shoulders. It makes me happy.
All right.
Sunshine on my
Thanks for calling,
shoulders
caller.
makes me high.
And have a great night. Thanks for watching our show.
Sunshine on my shoulders makes me
Good night.
gay and merry.
All right.
I don't know the rest of it.
Let's get one more caller. I think we have time for one more caller.
I'm sweating like a...
If you're in the studio audience and you would like to ask Eddie a question, please call 231-733-8215. All right.
So how about you?
Caller number 6, are you there? Did you have a question for our studio audience members? Yeah?
What was that, caller?
Wondering if you were a vegetable, Eddie, what vegetable would you be?
Wait, I think we had technical difficulties. Can you ask that again?
I was wondering if you were a vegetable, what vegetable would you be?
I probably would be a carrot, because if I ever became into a serial killer or anything, I'd have a disposable weapon where I could just freeze it and use it as the weapon and then just eat it. and then they would be a disposable weapon. It would be a safe getaway. That's probably why I would be a carrot. And they're delicious, and they have beta carotene, and they're good for the eyesight.
Woo, thanks. Thanks for the question, caller. Who is this?
Eileen.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you, Eileen, for the
No problem,
question.
Casey.
Thanks for watching our show. I'm glad you're a great fan of us. We have another call. We have another caller on the line. This is the very last caller. Hello, caller number 7.
Hey, can I talk to Eddie?
Yes. Who is this?
This is me, Mariah.
Mariah. All right. Did you have a question for one of our studio audiences members?
No, I just want to talk to Eddie.
Okay, Eddie.
Yeah, go ahead, caller.
Go ahead, caller.
Eddie, how do you do missionary position?
Oh, we can't have.
We can't go into those taboo. We
questions
can't
like
do that.
Goodbye, caller. I have no idea who that was. Thank you for calling Mariah. Okay.
That was quite an interesting comment there.
Let's go back to Ken Agron for the rest of this interview. Thank you. Ken Agron, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Eddie, you've sort of been
Enlighten
exposed to a range of questions here. It's amazing what the human mind comes up with in terms of questions. You know, it really is. People have interesting concerns, and they wonder about interesting parts
people.
of the universe.
Interesting parts of the universe, people, places. Muskegon, it's a pool of fun and adventurous people.
All these people interacting with one another, one mind interacting with another, people with different sets of experiences, even though they live in the same geographical location.
Yeah, and most of the people I run into ride bicycles because it's a lot safer economically and environmentally, and you can get in a large group with everybody, and it's safer. I mean, for
I
everybody.
ride a bicycle, but to
You're
tell you the
mentioning that.
truth, it's because I don't want to spend the money right now to buy a car.
Hey, it's cheaper bicycling.
It's
no
slower,
more gas.
though.
Oh, it's slower, but if you find a good hill or a slick of ice, you'll be fine.
Well, you go pretty fast if you get on that.
Well, you got to watch out for
ice.
speeding tickets still.
Yeah, that could
it has
be a
been-
disadvantage.
I
of it.
have known of people getting speeding tickets for riding on their bicycle.
Yeah.
Also, I'm aware that in Muskegon County that it is in fact illegal for bicyclists to ride on sidewalks because
Yes.
they are for pedestrians only.
It's called a sidewalk,
Yeah.
not a bike walk. Two-wheeling, four-wheeling, combine two bikes together, make tall bikes. There's a lot of possibilities with bikes. Well, anything else you want to know about me? I could talk your ear off, or we could wrap it up. I mean,
Yeah, well, here's something you probably have an opinion about too, Eddie. You're a guy that has an opinion about almost everything.
Almost everything,
So,
yes.
what's your opinion as to how we should wrap it up?
how should we wrap it
Should
up?
we kind of
should
wave
pass it
goodbye?
back
I
over.
mean, what should we do to wrap it up, man? I mean, how do you wrap up this sort of thing?
How do you wrap it all up?
Wrap it up.
We pass
Wrap
over
it
to
up.
Chrissy and Robbie
Wrap
over
it up.
there, and
Wrap it
you
up.
watch them all wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
You just you
I know
should throw some
James
mixing
wants to
on
wrap
there.
it up.
You should throw
James
some
is out
mixing
there.
up on there.
James
and-
Mativa. Everybody. You got a... It's James, my buddy. But James. All right, back to... Get back in there now, quick.
Well, I guess. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you this evening.
All right, well, I'm glad we got to interact with one another and kind of, you know...
Toss some ideas back and
Yeah,
forth.
kind of express what's going on in our head, you know? I mean, a lot of people walk around and they got things going on in their head, and you never know what is going on in their head, you know? I mean, it's nice to know, really, isn't it? I mean...
I know.
You know, I mean, hey, everybody's got a consciousness, you know? I mean, everybody's got thoughts, experiences, feelings. It's just kind of nice to know what's flowing through the old brain over there, you know? I mean, yeah.
If you could just open up your head with a can opener, what kind of things would pop out of your head?
Yeah, well, you got to make sure you got good things going on in there if you're going to pop it all open, I guess.
Like,
you
what
know?
about
I mean,
a jack in the box, like, doon, 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 doon. Is that the kind of things we're gonna see? Are we gonna see like confetti, or like the snake in the can thing, or what kind of things? Like a party hat? Whew.
Yeah, well, spontaneity has its risks,
Yeah,
you know?
spontaneity. But we gotta
spontaneity or spontaneity or spontaneity or fluidity or liquidity or profit or economics or what's going to pop into the brain anyway? I don't know.
Okay. And to wrap this up, thanks Eddie for being on the show, of course.
It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure being on anything with
Eddie's
you.
talking. Get Eddie. Are you on, Eddie? Okay. Thanks. I think we should go to one more commercial break, and we'll come back with the final wrap up of our show, the special segment we like to call our weekly
book review.
Peter Rap. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Muskegon Public Schools, providing quality education since 1860. Our schools offer early childhood development, including childcare and preschool. Full-day kindergarten available in all elementary schools, and reduced class sizes K through 2nd grade. We feature nationally recognized fine art programs for our students, along with after-school activities. Community services include alternative education, ESL, GED prep, and adult high school completion. Muskegon Public Schools, a leader in providing quality education.
So, thanks for sticking with us, ladies and gentlemen. I enjoyed, I just wanted to make a final thank you to all our callers who phoned in tonight, taking advantage of some of our audience interactions that we have. Next week's episode, let's talk about that. We're hoping to have more technologically advanced forms of audience interaction. We hope to get our broadband dial-up speed up to date with the ever-changing
industry.
Yeah. If you haven't yet, there's a program out there called Skype. We're on it. We are on it. We're in the chat rooms. You can get us. We'll be live on webcam talking to anyone out there. If anybody has Skype and is interested in joining our live studio audience, I just wanted to say thanks to Planet of ID for coming on the show. I want to say thanks to Eddie Bazaki for telling us a little bit about his life.
Thanks to Mariah.
Mariah for calling. Please, if you're gonna phone in, keep it clean. Thanks. All right. One segment I hope to have in the works for next week is our delivery segment. I like food when it's delivered. There's special things about it. Like, for instance, I like delivery. You can deliver. And you think to yourself, what kind of places deliver? What's the first thing that comes in? Audience, what's the first restaurant? Pizza, exactly. That's where I was getting to. You think of, I want nice food delivered to my house, to my office, to my workplace, to my gymnasium. I want food. And you think to yourself, what can I get? Pizza. Well, what if you don't want pizza? What other places, what I'm trying to say is, what other places deliver?
Chinese places.
In large cities, Chinese places.
In large cities, Chinese places, according to an audience member. Does Coops deliver?
I think they might know.
Would they deliver? Would Coops deliver to from Fruitport to Muskegon Heights?
Better.
We'll look into that. Otherwise, I'm looking for any challenges out there. If you have any ideas of what places other than pizza restaurants deliver, please email me personally at casey@riseup.net. It's on the screen for you, and we'll have the delivery challenge. Does that sound good?
Yes.
All right. We'll have the delivery challenge coming up next week. We have specials. We're gonna have B Money. Tell them about B Money.
B Money is, I believe, from Grand Haven.
Right.
And Ferrisburg. He is a local legend. He will be here.
He's going to be here. He's been gone for months. And then he's going to be here for shorts. And then he's going to be gone for months again. He travels everywhere. Jeez. Well, anyways, we're going to have B Money in the studio. We're going to have B Money shorts. We're going to have everything you'd want to know about him. Next week, we're going to hopefully have a better... we're going to have another musical guest. That's going to be good. Ooh. All right. We're going to have a musical guest in the audience. I don't know who it's going to be, but you'll just have to wait for next week's episode. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Peter Raps. Casey and Robbys Special Night Live.